Yo, 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 what is going on, COD Familia? It is your boy BN. Today, we are going to be taking a look at all of the 8 KvK groups that have been announced from the Gen 1 Kingdom Pool that are going into Season 3 first. Now, the way they're doing it now, where these get announced, is once Brink of War starts, at least until the next season, where Brink of War will be starting after the season starts, and this is the last time that it's going to happen before the season starts. So we're going to show you off all of those. I'm going to show you some PvP stats as well. And I'm even going to give you the top 3 based on total accumulated power for the groups. We're going to show you predictions on who I think should be allying and matching up with who. We actually did this on the live stream yesterday. It was super fun. And so we're going to show you the top 3 recommended pairings. As always, if you enjoyed the content, make sure you throw us out because it helps out a lot. So now you go into Brink of War, as you see here for the phase started. You click on matchmaking and it'll show you the map. And then you can see kind of what area everyone's in. Thankfully for you, we already did all the work. Now, if you want to get a taste here or a look at all of the matchups, right? So here's basically SOS 4-6001 through 6008, I believe, or 7. And we have all these organized too as well. So you can see all the matchups, right, where everyone is. And we got 3. Only thing we didn't do is just show you the bottom half, but I have that written on the spreadsheet that we'll be showing you in a moment. But on here, you can at least see, you know, who's where, starting positions, I guess, as long as I don't have that. Yeah, there we go. I'll move the mouse a little bit so it doesn't come up, and then you guys will be able to take a look. And then we got 07. Okay, so we do have 08. Good. So it does go all the way through. Now, let's get to the goods. The reason we're all here. Let me get some of my green drink. This is so funny. This is a green drink, but it's going see-through. That's so cool. This is my detox drink, so it's been great, man. Lost like 25 pounds. Fantastic. Anyways, let's get into the good stuff, which is, let's start off. So we've got 2 new tabs to show you guys today. We're going to give a quick recap on the PvP tab, which is basically showing the 94 kingdoms from the Gen 1 pool, where they were based on data from 5 days ago, right? This was the data pulled on the 24th from Fuzzy. I'm going to see if Fuzzy can pull me something again once Brink of War finishes, so probably on the 7th or 8th of March. But this is where top down, you'll be able to see the power for essentially kind of the kingdoms going from top 300 power, from strongest down to lowest powered. And I think we have about 4 or 5 pages here to go through, but you can also see we pulled data for the power thresholds between 60, 80, 80 to 100, 100 to 125, 125, 150, 50, 150 to 200, and 200 plus. And then we have total and 100 mil plus as well. So that way it's just a little bit easier viewing wise. Now, let's get to the KvK groups. So for this portion, I am going to take my body off of this just so you guys can see, because I want to make sure everything, nothing gets missed here, if you will. I could go smaller too. Maybe I'll just go mini-me. There we go. So I'll just go super tiny. Go super tiny mini-me here in the corner. So this is the first group. And I do have to name them too as well. So I will do that. But we basically for now kind of just showing you some, and this is all in power order as well, right? So let me start off with the hashtags. The hashtag is A for group 1. The number is associated for the starting zone they're in. So for example, A4, Kingdom 58 and 104 are in the same starting zone. And I just did it that way. It's based on top down. So for example, Fuyu here which is here, it's all from here. So it's going clockwise, starting from the top right? So if it's A1, that's Fuyu. If it's A2, that's Su Shuang. If it's A3, Xinglo, etc., right? You get the picture. And so I did it that way just to organize everything appropriately. And so from here, and then the green number is the new kingdoms that got added. So remember, there was 94 kingdoms that started out that had a king or queen that registered for season 3. However, what you'll find out in a little bit is there's more kingdoms that got added. Remember, because kingdoms can get added if they've skipped 3 or more times, or and they just don't have a king or queen to register them. So from here, right, you'll see that we did some merit. We also have activity percentage numbers. We have total from 60 mil plus, and then we have 100 mil plus totals as well, right? So this group, 84, almost 85 billion power, but you can see kind of some of the power ranges where they got 155, 106, 155 total T5s or 60 mil plus players, and then 16 100 mil plus players. We have the second group here, which is 64 billion. This is, it looks like they have 7 kingdoms here, 423 60 mil plus, 59 100 mil plus for this group, right? So you got 60, 47, 64, 52, 56, 73, 48, and 2. And then the next group, which I believe this is the second biggest group, right? So this is NA, FG, MM, POTC, RK, YBD, RR, DTF. And then we got Awaken, EPTX, EHI, right? If they're green, that means those were recently added in. And here you can see 1,031 60 mil plus players, 218 players at 100 mil plus. We get to I think this is the third biggest group. So this is FSK, VOS, PTW, CNN, DK, NOAB, Mojo, and 54 SGW and TB83. And then 121 and 137 got added in recently, right? So after Brink of War started. 842 60 mil pluses, 200 plus for 100 mils. Then we get to the biggest group, right now, strongest powered group out of the 8, which is RFF, NF57, WGL, HOUW, CENT, VP2214BS, and AVIC. They come in at 138 billion, 1,151 60 mil plus, and then 224 100 mil plus. Next group we have is they're at 100 billion. We got JKL, NASTi, R84, WAN, RGU, GDW, MH2, and ANG. And then 278, 34, 234, 143, 124, 237, 215, 227, 231, 224, and 173. A lot of mouthfuls here. They got added in after Brink of War, right? So these are the new ones that got added in without a king or queen. Then we get to the next group, which I think this is the second or third to the last one. So they're at 116 billion if you add up everything. So top dogs here, right? UST, Unit, OR, SIW, DO, O318, 377S, 1BD, PTKG, HOGW, we got TDS, VNWE, 3TL, SS, Best, MAD, where was I? MAD, TAR, YMOG, MBT, GTTS, HOD, AW, 69P, and KOZ. So 130 60 mil plus players, 12 100 mil plus players. And then the last group, they're at 110, about 111 billion. Right, so top dogs K282, KL7, OEV, NXW, RNW, AOS, VW, VKG, DGS, MEAT, TTA, GXL, 420, VI, VIHE, ID, SE7, and then CAT. So they have 374 60 mil plus and then 59 100 mil plus. Now, all the groups out of the way. Let me show you what I think and what those that assisted last night on the live stream felt that the top 3 groups, who should be allied with who. We did quite a bit of theory crafting here as well. So I think this is the second strongest group. And this is what we came up with. So let me go up a little bit more so you guys can see. And I don't know if maybe I'll just take my face off this for a moment. So for this group, we have what we think, because again, you have to keep in mind that you have to pair them with the same number because they're in the same region, same starting zone, I should say. So we like this matchup where it's DTF, RK, POTC, Awaken, MMEPTX, and then against YBD, RR, FG, EHI, and NA. You can see here, purple is the important part to look at because those are the number differentials here. And so now I guess I can put my face back up. So on this, you have a 1.6 billion power. And again, we'll have to redo it once Brink of War finishes because some people will power up and the numbers can differ. But there's a 1.6 billion power differential in favor of the blue team. You have a 1.5 billion merits in favor of the blue team. There's a 2.2% merit or PvP activity gauge in favor of the blue team. You have 5 billion more kills in favor of the blue team. You have 118 million more deads in favor of the blue team. And then you have 16 billion more heals in favor of the blue team. However, you have 17 more 60 mil plus players, and you have 10 more 100 mil plus players in favor of the red team. This, again, we felt was the closest. I'll show you another one, though. This was the first one we did before we came to that one where, oh, I thought I did the number differentials here. Oopsies, I guess I didn't. But with that in mind, we can still kind of go off it. So with this one, blue team is about $1.5 billion. You could see here on merits, it's 100 mil, a little bit less, would be 80 mil. PvP activity, super close, right? This is the amount of people that engaged in merits for their kingdoms. So again, you kind of want this number to be pretty close, right? You're basically just taking merits and dividing that into current power. Then you get plus 12 billion kills in favor of red. You get plus 28 million deads in favor of blue. And then you get plus 9 billion about heals in favor of blue. However, you have the blue team with 31 more 60 mil pluses, but then you have 36 more 100 mil pluses in favor of the red team, right? So blue team, some advantages, but part of me feels like the 36 more 100 mil pluses could be rough. That's why I put this down as the second. I think this is still a close choice, right? This would be EHI, NA, POTC, Awaken, MM, EPTX, and then YBD, RRFG, DTF, RK. So to me, I think this is like the second best option. I still like this option a little bit more, right? The only difference is we just swap the C3s for, I think, the C2s. And that's where you get this. So I like this matchup on paper the most. I do think the other matchup is a close second. And I'd love to know what you guys think. Do you like this matchup more, or do you like this matchup more for this group, right? Those are the two we felt were the closest. Now let's get to the next matchup, which I don't know, is that the... Okay, yeah, I guess we'll do this, which is like the third, I think, strongest matchup. This one, there's two options here. So this is the one we like the most, which is, and again, I'll take myself off so you guys can see the blue numbers here at the bottom. But we have VOS, APX, 54 CNN, NOAB, SGW going up against DK, Mojo, TB83, Pay to Win, FSK, and then 121 here. You could see, based on this, that we have less than $1 billion power differential, so very close. You have 1.17 billion more merits in favor of the blue team. You have a 1.87 PvP activity in favor of the blue team. You have 12.6 billion kills in favor of the blue team. We got 25 million deads in favor of the blue team. And then we have 1.19 billion heals in favor of the blue team. However, you have 60 more 60 mil plus players in favor of the red team. And you only have 6 more 100 mil plus players in favor of the blue team. So even though you have some of the stat numbers that are a little bit more in favor of the blue team, I think the 60 mil plus players make up for that, given that the power numbers are close, and the heal numbers are close, and the 100 mil plus players are very close, right? So I think this is pretty good. I like this one. Now the second matchup we like next is this one, is where you have 7.8 billion more power on the red team. You have 136 million merits, so very close here, that are in favor of the blue team. You have a 1.14%, so closer here on the differential in favor of the blue team. 12.7 billion more kills on blue team, 4 million more kills on blue team for dead. Then we get 6.2 billion more heals on red. However, the blue team has, even though the red team has 48 more 60 mil pluses, but the blue team has 14 more 100 mil pluses. So to me, the way I look at it is that the merit and the PvP engagement, along with the kills and deads being more in favor of the blue team and them having 14 more 100 mil plus players. Again, it's not perfect, and it's not to say that it ever is going to be perfect, but that's why this was like the second best choice that we thought, aside from the first one that is here. And then for the last group, which is the strongest group right now, is for this one, we only had one option here. And that's because this option we think is really good for how it looks on paper. So this would be, and that's also because you have to consider you have two pairings, right? So you have to keep the 6/6s together, and the 3s because 226 and 240 are in the same starting zone 1, and 22 and 191 are in the same starting zone 1. So let me go a little bigger here. So for this, you have a 6.69 billion or 6.7 billion power differential in favor of the red team, 395 million, so very close here, merits in favor of red. However, the PvP engagement, when you look at the split here, is phenomenal. It's pretty dead even, 0.42%, right? That separates them. 8.2 billion kills in favor of red, 19 million more deads in favor of red, 18 billion more heals in favor of red. You have 37 more 60 mil pluses, but you have 46 more 100 mil pluses in favor of blue. So that to me, given that there's a 6.7 billion power differential, they have more merits, they have more kills, they have more deads, and they have more heals. However, the only category blue leads in is a little bit on PvP activity. To me, those combined with having 37 more 60 mil pluses equals out about for having 46 more 100 mil pluses on the blue team, right? And you also have to consider that even though you have that, this is important, right? Because the PvP number shows you how much PvP activity based on the power / those number of players that make up that team or that side. So again, we like this. We felt this was the fairest matchup based on paper, right? Now, what will be exciting is to see who teams up with who and what those matchups look like for the top 3 groups here in Season 1. In Gen 1 going into Season 3. Will they do this? Will they opt for something else? And if so, we'll then be able to compare those stats for how they look. This is what we arrived at, / I arrived at, right, combined. So you guys let me know. Do you like this matchup? Which matchup do you like for this group, right? This one or this one? And then for this group, do you like this matchup or do you like this one? Right, so let us know in the comments down below. That's it for what we got for you today. Again, these are the kinds of videos, and I want to point out, like, this is the reason I'm so excited to put this video out is because I really haven't had an opportunity to put this kind of video out yet because I just haven't had the amount of free time to where I can do all of this and put something out before the diplomacy is just already done with and over. And I'm sure some of the groups, by the time this video comes out, maybe a few might be done, or maybe they're kind of already in the middle of it, but not all of the groups are done. And that's important for me to try and put this out as early as I can. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Like I said, let me know what you think in the comments down below and what stands out to you or what matchups you want to see. And that's it. As always, until next time, we'll catch you later.